There on the internet, TCH Live. It's Thursday night, and we've got a fantastic program here for you guys. We got a replay here from just the other night of the kickoff event of the PokerAtlas Tour. So, really looking forward to this one. I'm Aaron McAvoy, hanging out with you down here in Austin, and I got my main man up there in Dallas. We got Mr. Eric Van Loozen. What's up?
What is going on? Yeah, we knew this was going to go late into the night, so we pre-recorded this, and here we are going to get you the full-on commentary on this awesome final table. And there you go. See the prizes there. $18,510 for first place. Let's have a good time, folks.
Hell yeah, looking forward to it. The first player going out this evening is going to be taking home $1,850. This was a $50K guarantee tournament and just about doubled it, not quite, $93,000 in the prize pool. And this was a $250 buy-in, so someone is going to turn $250 into $18,000. And what do you know? Straight away, we've got an all-in and a call. Ace-Jack offsuit versus the pocket deuces here on hand number one. As we didn't really get a full look at, you know, how many chips these players have. The blinds are 50K and 75K, so we'll come back to this in a moment.
Flop here. A lot to dodge if you're Harrison. And wow, yeah. How about the nuts? Goodness.
Yeah, that was pretty tough. On the turn, excuse me, going to the turn, you know, ahead with the pocket deuces, but only 39% equity. That's pretty sketchy.
Well, didn't get to say much about our player finishing ninth. First hand all in, like you mentioned, Aaron, but ninth place is going to be Harrison, somebody I've spent quite a bit of time over the last couple years playing some 1-2 with. So great job of making out of, 465 entries a final table and finishing in ninth. So great job, Harrison, and we hope we'll see you again on one of these upcoming events.
Yeah, and a nice little ladder up here on hand number one for the rest of these players. So, yeah, big blind 75K with a big blind ante of another 75K. These players are not particularly deep stacked. It looks like the shortest stack that I've seen so far, yeah, over here, one out in the big blind for this hand with only 4.5 bigs left behind. He's going to get out of the way, and Rich will take this down. So, yeah, very much so. The player at the most immediate risk. One out there. Ramesh, a little under 1 million, but that's not so bad at 75K. He's got, 13, 14 big blinds, and then on up from there. But not particularly deep stack, but also not super, super shallow. So we should have a little bit of a game ahead of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be a fun one. I haven't looked at the results to see who took this down, so we already got one player out. That was Mr. Harrison, but it's still a mystery to us. And if you guys don't already know yourselves, please don't spoil it. We're going to have a good time commentating this final table.
Yeah, absolutely. And DFS Brett joining us in the chat. What's going on, man? Welcome in. And good luck in the main Saturday this weekend.
Heck yeah.
All right, one out does complete from the small blind as we've got a limped pot. 6-5, gonna flop up and down, but checks through to a turn free card of the Jack of Clubs. One out here is now going to seize this opportunity. He figures if it checks through on the flop, no one's going to have a piece, or they're just like super trapping. And he's going to get this through with the 6 high. I love it.
Absolutely. Nice job there. I wasn't told ahead of time, but it doesn't sound like we've got much sound going on from the table. I've tried turning it up, so not sure if audio wasn't really cranking. You can kind of hear it off in the distance, but I might just have a little dead noise, and you guys will have to hear the sweet sounds of Aaron Money McAvoy down there in Austin and myself here in Dallas tonight. But engage with us in the chat. We're going to have a good time either way, commentating this final table.
And so I imagine at $250 price point, this is just going to be 30-minute levels.
Yeah, I believe so.
So 30-minute levels and not particularly deep. We should see some consolidation here relatively quickly, but again, that player who did just win a nice pot there still going to be well under 10 big blinds, and certainly has the biggest target on his back, although he's now on the button.
Calls 350.
All right, King 10 versus Queen 10 on a 10 high board. A little bit of a cooler situation here, as we now are SPR under 1. Scott here is like, well, ace isn't my favorite card in the deck, but you kind of needed to have something to go with it, so I'll probably still have the best hand. I'm just going to jam it in here. And what was, you know, the workings of a massive cooler here for Rion on the Queen 10, actually, he's able to just get away from it and preserve his stack. What an incredible turn of events there. The ace on the turn, the jam from his opponent, and he just lays down the Queen 10. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, color breezy. Nice, nice pot there for the 9 seat. Scott plays, I would say, a good majority of our tournaments, and see him in almost all of our Saturday events. So great to see him on a final table.
Okay, it sounds like it's Ryan, not Rion. Sorry about that. Always struggle to pronounce names when they aren't just the usual, you know, honky-tonk spelling.
He may want to be a little fancy on the final table, like, you know, some people call Target Target. So maybe it's Rion. got the shades on, looking sharp. But he's definitely a great player and been on a final table before, I believe himself. So great to see him again. Yeah, even Caleb, right? A little different spelling there. And we've had Trevor before, and of course we had to learn that that was not Trevor. So these players usually try to help us out a little bit, and of course this was pre-recorded, so we didn't have that that benefit of making sure we got our pronunciations correct. But we'll get her done.
We'll do our best to have a good time with it too. You know, maybe we'll just start calling them different things as we go. But you know, for now we'll stick with what we can see. Caleb here, he's got a couple of 9s on 2.5 million, a little over 30 big blinds. He's going to raise it up here. And yeah, there's no one who's really set themselves ahead of the rest of the table as far as big stack goes. So, I mean, 30 big blinds is about as good as it gets. Here we go, King 10, 8 two-tone board here. 2 overcards for the 9s. AJ here defending from the big blind, and Caleb is going to check it back.
Check.
No real reason to build a pot with the 3rd pair. So checky, and here we go. We're headed to showdown here. Although AJ is going to bet a smidge under half pot here on the river. Potentially trying to get value from an ace-high holding, something like an ace-jack, an ace-queen that just decided not to bet any of these streets and might just be like, I'm gonna look you up late. Caleb here really giving this some thought. I'm not too sure what he's thinking about. I mean, you're always thinking about what are the hands that beat you, of course, but at this point it's just like the random 10 or the random king that didn't bet the turn. I don't know about you, Eric, but I am putting the 200 in there.
I'm feeling like these 9s are pretty dadgum strong.
Especially, oh my goodness.
Did let it go. Playing a little safe, and AJ probably thought, hey, the 8 is good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't hate the lead there. I don't think I go quite for 200. I think I go more blockish, you know, 125 or something. But to each his own, right? Like a pair of 8s on this board is definitely pretty good. His opponent has checked twice. I just am a little bit confounded by the fold of the 9s. you know, we're checking to get to showdown. We haven't announced the strength of our hand at all, which is actually quite good, right? I mean, if our opponent can bet eights for value, we certainly can be putting some more chips in the middle with nines after two checks. But you know, it is a tricky spot. You're trying not to sort of lose your spot near the top of the leaderboard here, as you just are really looking to outlast some of the short stacks. So it makes some sense to be cautious.
Yeah, early on, already seeing one elimination. You know, playing a little safe might be on the player's mind there. But moving on here, we got an ace-7 and an all-in for 1 out in the low jack with the ace-4.
Yeah, and this is for not very many chips, not quite 8 big blinds. And AJ here, looking at like 7.5 bigs or whatever this is going to be like, well, ace-7 of clubs is pretty far ahead of his range. Obviously, still have a player left to act behind, but yeah, I think a call is in order here. One out here, of course, the shortest stack really doesn't have any ICM pressure, can be getting it in with all sorts of different stuff. Most of it will be sort of, you know, at least one high card, but wow, ace-7 hits the one. And one out here is going to pick up some more chips. He's up over 10 big blinds.
Does show the ace. Might give that ace-7 a little confidence that he folded the worst hand. He indeed had him dominated there.
Yeah, usually when they show you the one card, though, the ace, I mean, the 7 is smack bang in the middle, right? Like, you don't know if he has ace-8 or ace-6 or whatnot. But, like, when they just show the 1, I'm like, nah, ace-7 might have been good. You know, like, I don't go the other way and be like, oh, good fold, you know? Because, like, if they just have ace-queen, aren't they just going to... They're just going to slam jam the cards over?
Thank you, Brian, because I was like, I know he's been on final tables, and it's not Ryan either, but we're just going to go with it because maybe he's pulling our leg. Well, dadgummit. Now we know it's Big Bad Brian with a B. I knew Ryan wasn't right.
It makes so much more sense for it to be R-I-A-N now. Oh, that's epic.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if it was like a new player, somebody we didn't know, but come on, gang. That's all right. I think he's going to forgive us.
No, well, no. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call him Rion for the rest of the night, and for in the future, it's gonna be Brion, not Brian.
Oh no,
I'm kidding. Of course.
You can try that because you're in Austin. Have you seen he's got a couple guns there on the table. 2 tickets to the gun show. I'm not messing with him.
I'm kidding, of course, but that is really funny that he's in the system as R-I-A-N. We apologize for that, Brian. We will. I don't know if there's probably nothing we can do at this point, so that's just the way it is. But we'll call you Brian.
We'll get it. Yeah, we'll get it right.
All right, spade flush draw here, good enough for JRB to power a win through, and he's going to eclipse the 3 million chip mark. That should set him up atop the leaderboard.
Queens every once in a while if I randomize them. Is it in your head to do it? No, I looked at my watch. The second results only, man.
It'd be way funner if it's like it's where the hour hand is.
All right, hand number 10 here.
Raise to 250.
As we continue along. Rich in the small blind folds to him. He is going to raise this up 3 1/4 big blinds, and Caleb will not be defending the queen 9, so Rich will take this down.
There's somebody who saw one.
Rich is one of the players that I don't recognize. So shout out to Rich for a nice final table here.
And Ramesh here now in the danger zone, 9 big blinds.
Oh, timer. Oh my God.
Did just go through the blind, so got a nice orbit to wait and see, look for a good hand. And 9 big blinds, not such a dangerous spot. You know, you can go through a full orbit and still have 6.5 bigs.
Raise for 200.
Interesting spot here. This is one of those kind of spots where you definitely have an opportunity to pick up some chips here with a jam. But it always feels uncomfortable because when Rich just like has it and you double him up and have crumbs left, like it hurts pretty bad. But I would like to see an all-in from Caleb here. He is just going to let this go. Also reasonable, but button opens, pretty good spots to jam your ace off.
All right, so Rich getting to take down another one there. Aaron, are you going to get to come up and play in any of the Poker Atlas events?
You know, I'm just not sure if that's going to be in the cards. I've got kind of a lot of stuff going on here in the coming month, so not sure if adding more travel in is going to make sense. So I don't think so.
Gotcha. Well, I know I'm going to be out of town starting tomorrow. I'm going down to Houston for my fantasy football draft, so I'm going to miss this event that's going on right now, and it's stumping me right now, the name of it. But they've got a big event going on right now, the $500 buy-in and $500K guarantee, I believe it is. Or is it 250? Maybe it's 250. The Dallas Duel is what they're calling this one.
Okay.
Several flights for that one going on right now as we speak. Started, I think, yesterday, so great event going on. Let us know if you're going to be playing in any of these. I'm hoping to play in the main event.
Yeah, for anyone who is wondering what this series is all about, it's the Poker Atlas Tour just kicked off a couple days ago. This was the inaugural event. Over $2 million in guarantees with the main event coming in at the back end. $1 million guaranteed in that prize pool. So, yeah, come on down, check us out. TCH Social and Texas Card House up in Dallas and Las Colinas. Here we go. We've got Ace-5 suited, making it $350,000 to go. We did get a level up to 50K, 100K, but still a very large raise. And Ramesh here just going to call with the 2 jacks, flop second set, but only has a third pot remaining, which is what is sort of surprising to me, that we aren't just all in pre with the jacks, but somehow, yeah, AJ is just like, okay, this board sucks for Ace-5 spades. You win.
You absolutely win. All right, got Vidow in the chat saying my boy JRB played a part in taking me out. And, of course, Taylor joined us. Texas T Poker says, what's up, boys? Nasty final table. Can't wait to see the drama unfold. Yeah, I did hear that this is pretty action-packed. We've already had a elimination in the very first hand, and could have had some fireworks right there. Big old flop for Ramesh, so hopefully we'll get to see what that drama was all about that we've already heard about.
Raise to 225.
All right, hand number 14. Caleb here in the hijack. Going to raise it up. We're a little bit closer to a min open here, but yeah, it's always interesting to see the choices for sizing when everyone is quite short. I mean, with the level up here, everyone is quite short. So we are going to go multi-way here. 4 players going to be looking at a flop here. A couple of players getting involved here with some pretty speculative holdings, and it comes 6 tray for Scott. Bottom trips. Let's go. Caleb here will continue 1/3 pot after it checks to him, and Scott, who is on the button of all places as well, floating the Jack 3 of spades pre. is now going to fill up on the turn. Bottom full house. Caleb slows down.
Check.
And a quick check, check. No possibility for improvement here for Caleb unless a random 6 peeled off. Gave him the same full house, but Caleb here now with just queen high. Don't think it makes a ton of sense to bluff here, but at the same time, it's like, you know you're never winning with queen high, but just what can your opponent ever have?
And he jams, and bad news incoming. That is going to do it, I believe, for Caleb.
Yeah, massively covered here by Scott. And Caleb is indeed gonna put 16 bigs or so into the middle, all in as a bluff. Gets virtually snapped off. And that is going to be all she wrote for Caleb. Good game. Nice try, but yeah, your opponent just had the goods and it was
running into it. Spot. Well, 8th place for Caleb there out of 465 entries, 2,440 smackaroonies that he was able to take home for his effort. So great run in this Poker Atlas kickoff event, and hope he's going to take that money and fire some bullets in some of these other events and maybe make a bigger score. So great job, Caleb. We will see you again. GG's.
Got the MMA and Car Addict in the chat. What's up, man? Welcome in.
Mr. Phony Turkison. What's going on, brother? Yeah, Scott, big old chip stack now. He's got a 10x chip count over 1 out there, our short stack. A little bit of work to do.
This is the first time we've seen someone with a real stack having, 50 plus big blinds is, now the kind of realm of actual big stack can start applying pressure if he so desires. Rich here, though, is going to be able to pick one up. Texas T says such a good spot to bluff. The other guy just had the cards. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I mean, certainly if his opponent does just have like pocket 4s or pocket, what was the other? I guess it was pocket 3s maybe? No, pocket 2s. It's like 2s, 4s, or 5s are sort of the one-hand class that you could put pressure on. If someone has 7s or 8s or whatever, and it's just like 6, 3, 3, 6, check, check, turn, and then you jam river, like, I just don't think they're ever folding. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a tough tree to bark up, but could have gotten through in one of those sorts of scenarios. I do agree with that.
'Twas a noble effort.
It was. I mean, all props for the heart, let's be honest, right?
Absolutely.
Not everyone is going to have the heart to go for the big bluff there. And so, heart, for Caleb, definitely high tier. A non-all-in 3-bet here from AJ from the small blind, fighting back against the button open from JRB, and I like the play. He'll show the ace.
JRB rocking the Padres gear here. Old school brown and yellow jersey.
So yeah, now that Scott has 50 bigs, I mean, who knows what these players' sort of level of understanding or whatever you want to call it, like how much they give a shit about ICM. But the players with 25, like 20, 25 bigs should be really, really cautious about getting involved in any pots, because we have 2 players that are sub 10 big blinds.
Yeah, Scott not having to be cautious as the big stack here, especially when he's getting dealt premiums like ace king here. So
yeah,
Scott running hot.
I mean, if we in a cooler situation of brewing here, AJ is in a real bad way. SPR just barely over 1, flopping top pair.
Scott betting right away, 400K.
Yeah, not a huge fan of this size, but I think it's going to get the job done no matter what, as AJ just really doesn't have any way to continue other than putting at least these 400K in. He is just going to call, not go all in, but SPR now less than 1/2. I mean, AJ is virtually committed to this pot 100% of the time.
And he's going for it.
Yeah, and here's the rest of the chips for AJ, and he is drawing to a king or a jack.
I knew that. Nice one.
That's right. King to chop, jack to take it down.
A 5 would also do it, right?
5 would as well, yeah. That is going to do it, unfortunately, for AJ. Just a cooler situation on that flop there. Both flopping a king, big kicker. And that is going to do it for our man AJ, who's going to finish in 7th place and take home $3,040. Great job, AJ. He's been on a final table on live stream before, so great to see you again. And good luck throughout the rest of the Poker Atlas Tour. But GG's.
Yeah, interesting pay jumps here. We're basically just 600, 600, 600. It does go up a little bit more now, so it's going to be 670 is the jump for the next player out. But then it goes all the way up to 1320. So
getting chunky.
I'm a little confused about that pay jump, but you know, that's the way it was drawn up. And that is what these players will be playing for, as Rich is going to look down at the ace-king suited, facing a cutoff open from JRB. One out, finding himself in the big blind with a pair of 6s. Yeah, you just have to commit it. You just do not have the chips to be folding, especially when you look down at something like this. Now, if he looks at 6 deuce off or something, of course, just muck it, but a pair of 6s don't come around every day.
475.
Back over here to JRB, facing a 3-bet from Rich, an all-in from 1 out. And yeah, this should just be a little bit of Hollywooding before he lets this go. Rich gonna then be coin flipping against 1 out for 1 out's tournament life.
Pretty and suited, but just not strong enough there. And you're going to see that he made a great fold here.
And you know, regardless of the outcome here, 1 out should be proud of himself for sticking the chips in there. You know, a lot of times you'll see an open, a 3-bet in front of you, and you look at this sort of small to middling pair, and you know, maybe think about letting him go. But, good job, 1 out for getting his chips in there. Is going to be out flopped and now has a big hill to climb. But there it is on the turn. Let's go.
6 ball. And what a flop that would have been too for the king of spades. Dodges that bullet. Big old hand. 1 out there. Big old $1 million smile on his face as he's dragging a pot. More than a double up there. So great job.
Yeah, 12.5 big blinds now. Certainly out of the danger zone. It's Brian slash Rion. No, it's Brian who's now on the short stack, 6.25 big blinds, and Ramesh a little over 9 big blinds. But this is definitely the Scott show, if ever there was one. He's got 70 big blinds and nearly 3.5 times his nearest competitor's chip stack.
Call. Call.
Ash trying a little something here in the cutoff. Just going to call with the queen 4 of hearts. And it's a little lucky. Doesn't face any resistance from the ace-9.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that 1 out doesn't just see this as an easy jam, but doesn't matter as neither opponent has gotten anywhere near this board. Wait, 1 out fold? What? Okay, he must not have had ace.
Yeah, nope, couldn't have been. I think I asked the night that this was going on and how the tournament went. Were there any card read errors? They said, well, there was an ace-9 that was mucked, so now that rings a bell from a couple nights ago when I asked about that. So maybe our one card read error that we get, knock on wood here, because we're not folding when we're flopping top pair there.
No, and also makes sense that he's not all in pre-flop.
Exactly.
Probably something like the Queen 9-0 or the 8-9 suited, something like that. Anyways, we'll continue along and hope that the rest of the night we do indeed see what was really there.
All in for more.
All right, Brian is going to get it all in with the J9.
This is, yeah, a little bit of a, I mean, I get it, he's short, Jack 9, you're in the big blind, but an open and a call from another player, I think I'm just letting this go. I'm living to see another day with my 4 big blinds in the small blind. I know it sucks, but anyways, he's going to put those chips across the line. Rich makes the call, and then Scott is going to back jam, so he will clear out a bunch of the equity against Brian, excuse me.
I don't know the rules at all.
Yeah, that is tough. You got to hope at least your cards are live, and they are not.
That's what I'm telling you.
Did you do the walk?
I was about to. Thought about it.
Could be getting me back in the game here.
Nice try.
Game on, Queen King come up.
All right, so ace-jack against Jack 9 here. Brian with 25% equity. And he hits his 9, and the king would have connected for the king-jack. So this is an incredible situation. Now,
A lot
has
of
to
outs
fade
here.
The world.
It does.
It does.
All right, Brian with the double there. So what do we know? Picked an excellent spot there, Brian. Get it in.
Wow.
It's more than a double himself. So a couple of quick
Stand-up equity.
2x pluses there for both the 1 out over there in the 8 seat and for Brian over in our 2 seat. So players staying alive here. Love to see it.
Yeah.
What actions you can
And
take.
now things have really sort of equalized at the bottom of the totem pole here. Rich and Ramesh, 1 out, all 13 to 15, excuse me, 13 to 11 and a half big blinds.
100 for the big one. Fold.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Scott just opening 100% of hands here, basically. Of course, when 1 out goes all in, he can easily fold, but
Yeah, Rip City here with the 2 tanks for 1 out. JRB can do nothing but kind of giggle and let the Ocho Stinko go. All right, who's got fantasy football draft on their mind this weekend? Anybody out there in the fantasy football land? Football is upon us. Poker season still here. PokerAtlas Tour right now. And, of course, next month we'll have our Trailblazer Series Part 2 right here in the DFW area. What a great time fall is every year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Poker Tours adding to what we already know is a great time of year with football and baseball. Good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we are with a couple of weeks till the start of the season. Your draft is a little bit earlier than mine. In both of the leagues that I play in, we tend to draft right before the beginning of the season so that any injuries and such are all aware of. But what's your usual strategy, or do you go into it just completely ready to adapt or be flexible? Like, do you go no RB? Do you go heavy RB? Like, what is your draft settings and what's your usual strategy?
We got a 12-team league PPR, pretty standard stuff. Sorry, we're gonna nerd out here for a second, folks, but yeah, pretty standard stuff. We are in a keeper league though, so we get to keep 1 player every year. And you keep that player wherever you drafted him the year prior. If it was somebody you picked up in free agency throughout the year, that's going to be an 8th round pick. So
Raise to 300.
That's kind of where you get a little bit of flexibility, and that definitely changes things if it's a lot of top guys that are going to be in the first couple rounds. You know, that will change a lot as far as how the first round goes. So people will look at our first round and be like, wait, why did this guy go here? This is too early or too late, or, you know.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
You just
I
have
just
to
kind
take
of,
them there. Okay.
yeah, I kind of just do a little studying and just try to make sure I don't have any of the injured guys on my radar or the guys that are suspended. And just kind of go into it. I'm the returning champ from last year, so I get to bring home the big WWE looking belt with a brand new gold plaque on it. But yeah, but it'll be a good time, and shout out to all our friends that are not only poker players but into fantasy football as well. Hope you guys have some good luck there and good luck on the tables, as we've got another all-in, Aaron, 1 out. Just continuing to wake up with these big hands here. Aces now, the Redbirds.
Yeah, and I gotta admit, I don't love this. I mean, I get it. You have 13 big blinds. Someone's opened from the hijack. I mean, just get your money in there, right? But I really would love to see a little bit of tricky play here. Just call, check, raise the flop, or whatever. Try to get your money in later, but you know, it's fine. It's fancy, and you don't have to be fancy. Just get your chips in there when you have a good hand. Back over to Brian here, the 10-8 suited. Yeah, it's just not good enough, and he'll let it go. Well, let me ask you this: do you know your spot, your order, your pick number?
No, I'm going to find out tomorrow night when I head down to Houston. It's my Houston Oil Field Trash League, is what we call it. So a lot of old buddies and coworkers from when I was piddling around in the oil field years back, because I still kind of am. But yeah, we'll find out who's keeping what players and what round we're going to be drafting in Friday night, and then we can just have about 24 hours to, I guess, get that strategery, in the words of G.W. Bush.
Oh, so you get down there, you find out that information, then you're just like hanging out with your buddies or whatever, and the draft is the next night.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool, man. I like it.
Yeah, we do a little weekend out of it. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, best of luck to you, man. I hope you get a good spot, and you get a real good roster. But do you have a preference on where you draft?
I like 1 through 5 or dead last. That's kind of my. That's kind of my range here. Another interesting spot. I want to get back to this hand here. Ramesh in the cutoff again, just tries to limp in with a suited queen and quickly gets jammed on. Rich with ace jack, and Scott running good still with a pair of 7s makes the call. So Ramesh just kind of has to dump that hand, and another blind there.
Yeah, very speculative to try to get in there. But wow, another set against the top pair.
Drawn dead. Scott with another knockout punch, and that's going to put him up to almost 8 million in chips. How about this for Scott?
Yeah, this is the final table of Scott right here, as this man can lose no pots. And with that, $3,640 going to be going to the way of our man who just got eliminated there. And the next pay jump going to be up to 4,300. I did some terrible math earlier. I thought it was 1,300, but no, of course, it's $770. So it makes a lot more sense. I just completely did the worst math of my life. But yeah, $700 pay jump there roughly, and then going to be going up to 1,300. So yeah, 600, 600, 600. Then yeah, 700 or whatever, and then it does go up 1,300. So I mean, I was talking about the 1,300. So the jumps are weird.
Yep.
Whatever.
Well, that was Rich. Shout out to Rich for a nice run there, and I hope to see you again on another final table. Great run there.
And then there were 5.
Then there were 5, just like that, through 27 hands. 4 players already been eliminated, and we have one monster stack. A few players with some playability, but Ramesh going to need to get something going here as he's under 8 big blinds now.
There it is. I'm supposed to be in bed right now.
Fold.
All of us are.
Fold.
Thank you, Nick Gutierrez. Says he has me on his mind. Well, very kind of you, sir.
Raise to 375.
All right, so blind 75, 125. I think that went up just a moment ago, so at least the last hand or maybe the one prior. As Brian here is going to raise it up. Makes it 3 big blinds to go from the small blind. JRB looking at hot garbage. Has to let it go.
Shout out to G Money, our man Glenn there, who's doing the dealing tonight. Well, who did the dealing on this tournament, I should say.
All right, Ramesh here gonna be in the big blind and is the shortest stack by a good margin. Gonna have somewhere around 7 big blinds here to start this hand after posting the ante. And I like this fold from 1 out. Just no need to get involved. You've got the chip leader behind you.
I was going to say the only difference in that situation is that the chip leader had actually taken a little walk and was not at the table, so he didn't have to worry about him. And
I was thinking you would do it.
still made a good discipline fold, though. I agree there, but it's in one of those spots where he actually didn't have to worry about that ginormous stack directly to his left. Scott stepped away from the table for just a moment. He can afford to miss a hand.
Yeah, and Ramesh was the huge benefactor there.
Absolutely.
He gets the walk with 7 deuce. Oh, as the short stack. So yeah, pretty nice.
Raise to 450. Fold.
Poker Monkey in the chat. What's going on, Poker Monkey? How you doing, buddy?
I got deuce. Yeah.
Brian here, big open from the cutoff.
Deuces.
He's going to get this through.
Well, if anybody's tuning in besides Brian, who's played on this final table or who played in this tournament, let us know how you think the Poker Atlas Tour is going so far, and if you made a deep run in this, and what events you guys plan on playing in. Like I said, I won't be able to play in the Dallas duel that's going on right now, as Brian's waking up with a couple of kings here under the gun. Nice sweet spot for that. But I definitely plan on playing next week in the main event, the $1,100 buy-in, $1 million guarantee.
450. Fold. Fold.
Wow, 450. Brian here getting after it with the kings. 3.5x open.
Fold.
And Scott is going to defend. He's like, all right, well, you're raising big to try to get the big stack to fold, but nah, I'm going to call. And connects with second pair. This should be a really good spot for Brian to get some value. And indeed,
Wow.
Scott is going to lead for half pot. Wow, and I mean, I don't know about you, Eric, but this is just like, cool. All right, guess we're all in.
Send it. And I'm sure he will. I think he's just kind of assessing the situation here.
All in.
Absolutely. There you go, Brian. Rip City. Now Scott's got to think, okay, I guess he doesn't have the ace, jack, ace, kings. He's maybe got a hand here. Can I let this pair of nines go?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he's kind of put himself in the awkward spot of like now he's committed to making a call, right?
Yeah, put a $500,000 out there.
Yeah, I mean it's 1.3 to see the last two cards.
Come to the rail.
I mean, you just have to at this point.
Yeah, 3.5 almost already in the middle.
1.875.
Yeah,
All right.
pretty big misstep here. Obviously, we don't know what the... Oh my gosh, he just lets it go. I mean, he knows he's beat, but my goodness, is that a lot of equity to fold away. And with that, Brian is going to nearly equalize. Excuse me, no, not at all. Pardon me, I apologize. Brian is going to be up to $3.5 million, but nowhere near still what Scott is working with. I can't imagine folding there.
Not enough.
All right, so Eric is resetting his browser here
1.3.
as I was having a little bit of audio difficulties, but we'll get him back in here momentarily. Poker Monkey here says playing usual 2-5 at TCH Social most of the time. Well, good for you, and hope things have been going well. JRB here, a couple of 8s, working with somewhere around 13 big blinds, is going to min open. I like this.
Fold.
Brian in the big blind will defend with the suited connector, and heads up to a flop we go. Pocket 8's well out in front, but it is going to be a pair of 6s for Brian.
Check.
And some backdoor opportunities.
Bet 125.
Well, this is nice for me. I finally got the table sound, so not listening to just white noise there.
Check.
Well, it's good to have you back.
That's
Glad
right.
you can hear stuff.
Glad you guys
I'll
could
be
hear the
happy
whole time.
Yeah, that is weird.
Check.
All right, check here on the turn, and running out queens. Should be a decent enough spot here to get a little bit of value
Check.
for JRB, but will he bet in position? We shall see. Would love to see about 450,000, 475,000 right here.
Bet 250.
Wow, he's going to go even smaller. Going to be virtually impossible for Brian to fold. Right here, the price is almost too good. He's like, you just never bluff for this amount, right? But he does make the call. And I love the fact that JRB is able to get that extra value. I do think he could have gotten a little bit more, but still, much needed chips going his way.
Absolutely. Very nice hand. You can tell he knew he was good.
So Ramesh here still in the danger zone. 6.5 big, something like that. Which is 7.
Fold. Fold. Raise the 400.
With that sizing there, what he's got left is the Jack-8 one that you might just take a flyer, or you gonna play out of the big blind your next hand there?
Fold.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting it in there with Jack-8.
Yeah.
I do think that 7.5 bigs, you know, right around there, 6.5, 7 bigs, is enough that you can afford to wait a little bit longer. Now, if you go through the blinds and you're under the gun on your next orbit with your, 4 bigs or whatever you have remaining, yes, Jack-8 is going to have to put it in. But you're really just looking for high card equity, right? Like, you need to see an ace, get it in, right? Like, see a pair, get it in. Jack-8. You just unblock all of the hands that are going to call you.
Balls.
All right, pair of 5s. are going to get outdrawn on the turn. Scott here again can do no wrong. I think if he would have called with that pair of 9s against Brian's kings, he was probably just going to get there. This man is just always getting it.
Yeah, right now it is definitely the Scott show.
How many more reds?
Yeah, and now this pot is just like really big, kind of seemingly for no reason. Brian getting involved out of the small blind against the chip leader with the suited connector. Connects with second pair, now third pair, and facing a bet. And yeah, these are just really tricky spots. I mean, ICM pressure here is immense with Ramesh sitting on, you know, 6 big blinds, about to be in the big blind, but Brian does make the call. And this board gets even weirder for the pair of 5s. I mean, Scott can safely attack this river, but he chooses to just check back and win what's in the middle. Tough one there for Brian.
Scott back up to almost 8 million in chips again. And I did just look, the Dallas duel that's currently going on, I had it right the first time. It's a $500 buy-in, $500K guarantee. So could be anywhere, you know, from 80 to 90K for first place, depending on how far they get over that 500K. But the way it's going right now with all the flights into that and satellites and everything, looking to be a great bankroll builder tournament there. Nice bink somebody's going to hit this weekend.
Very cool. All right, Scott here opening to 500K. He's basically just telling the rest of the table, like, if you want to play with me, you're going to be all in, because Ramesh is in the big blind, and I just made it freaking 4 big blinds to go. Sure enough, Ramesh is out of the way, and Scott here playing power poker. You'd love to see it.
All right, Zeus got you. I'll be right back.
Yeah, there are satellites to get into this tournament for $75. Get you in the $500 buy-in. There is one of those, I believe, tonight. What is today's date, Aaron?
Today would be Thursday the 21st, my friend.
Yes, sir. There's one of those tonight at 9 p.m. satellite.
Yeah, all part of the Poker Atlas tour going on right now. $2 million and more in guarantees. You can find all the information at texascardhouse.com or on the Poker Atlas app. All right. Scott here folding an ace. Definitely think I'm opening that with the Omega chip lead, but he does let it go. And Brian here with the pocket 8s is going to get to do his worst,
450.
which is a large open to 3.5 big blinds.
Front row. Snowmen versus the hockey sticks here.
Yeah, this is awkward. I mean, we can see the cards, but it's like Ramesh here has dust. Like, we just don't need to be playing hands. We can just fold this hand.
Yeah, I agree. And big old large sizing too.
Yeah, I mean, and it's really tough because, I mean, first and foremost, we aren't at the final table of tournaments just like every day. We don't just have all the reps of like, oh yeah, I should just totally let this go and not worry about it. You know, it's like I'm in this spot. I've got a pair of 7s, like, on the button. Like, should I just be jamming? Whatever, right? Like, tough spot. But I like the fold.
All right, well, Zeus stepping in for just a minute, doing some dealing for Mr. Glenn, so thank you, Zeus. One of the fastest card slingers out there.
Disappeared on me.
JRB, you could tell he's like wondering, what should I have done there? Ramesh still alive too. Made it through the small and big blind. See what he wakes up with on the button here. Yeah, the old 9-6 off.
Yeah, that man's got 4 big blinds, though, and just a couple of hands until he's back in the blind. And that is the dangerous part about being, you know, on this sort of single-digit big blind stack as you start to get short-handed. You're just going to be in the blind like every other hand, so you got to just pick some spots and you got to get after it now.
Yeah, that's why I was a little curious with his stack sizing earlier. He limped with Queen 4 and Queen 3 suited twice in the cutoff, and that cost him a couple blinds there that are very important to him now.
Yeah, those are the sorts of things. I mean, limping at any point in a tournament is not necessarily a strategy that doesn't exist at all, but I think you have to be very selective about it, and usually it comes along later in the tournament when there's sort of a particular dynamic, and there's someone like the big stack who just wants to be playing a lot of hands because they're going to get to realize their equity a lot. They get to do the limping, but I'm not so sure.
Oh my goodness, look at the window card for Scott.
Yeah. Another beauty. Neither opponent connects with the board, though, so it might be tough to get any value. He's checked, though, and it is going to get over to JRB with the 2 over cards, and he will take a stab. Check raise. Getting lined up here.
Raise to 450.
And basically a click.
Fold.
Gonna be super annoying for JRB. When you get clicked, it's like, oh my god, I could see a turn card for how much? 250,000? But no club in hand? Like, I mean, what do you even want to see on the turn? Do you want to see a king or a queen? I mean, you think you do. Definitely don't.
Wow, he is going to call with just 2 overs. Drawing super thin, 4% equity showing there.
Oh, good game, JRB.
Yeah, that's just gross.
I'm on first.
I don't know. I want to see how you connect those different hands.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was fucking.
I just, the dealer was staring at me like it was my turn. So.
Yeah, I know.
You want to see? Yeah, sorry.
So SPR under 1, JRB picking up top pair. He is just never folding. Scott is going to tickle the pot, though, which I'm not too sure about. I think you just get it in now. If your opponent has a flush draw, right? They can just like see the river for 400K and then maybe fold if they brick it. I don't know. That seems like, I mean, imagine that, right? You just get to put 400K in, the pot goes up to 2.6 million. You break your flush draw, you just fold.
Raise, all in.
Raise and a snap, yeah. That's GG's for JRB. Sees the bad news. Scott can do no wrong at this final table.
He's going to have 10 million.
Goodness gracious. Well, great job, JRB. Great deep run. Representing the San Diego gear on stream. So shout out to any friends or family that got to watch you play there. Aaron, I don't have access to those payouts anymore. Will you throw those up there for me?
Absolutely.
75, 150, gentlemen. 75, 150.
There you go. 5th place for JRB. $4,370 for his efforts. Outlasting a whole bunch of folks. 465 entries. So great job there, JRB.
And now we do indeed have the large pay jump. That is no longer $600 or $700. It is up to nearly $5,700 for the next place to be eliminated. And then we've got some real juicy payouts. Goes up a couple thousand, and then the better part of 4,000, 4,500 even. I mean, yeah, the jumps are starting to get real here, folks.
And Ramesh says, "Thank you, sir, for that pay jump." He's now
absolutely
dominated against Brian's King 3.
I'll stand up for you. I got him
He was more than willing to get it in with the queen there.
No help there so far. And is now drawing to just a pair. doesn't come.
All right, well, Ramesh did a great job hanging on there. Got a quick ladder up there, and he's going to be our 4th place finisher, 56.90 for Ramesh. Great job there, outlasting 460 other folks, finishing in the top 5 there, so great job.
Yeah, really well done. I mean, that's a tremendous result. Again, $250 buy-in and grinding it out there. He was the short stack for quite a while. I mean, and just like, I mean, the next player out now, $8,310 for a $250 buy-in. This is awesome.
Then there were 3.
And yeah, now things get very interesting as we have one overwhelming chip leader here.
Heads up.
And one guy who's on just complete dust, right? Like Brian here is just hoping to get to heads up and is going to flop bottom pair well out in front of his opponent.
All in. Fold.
And rip it.
And yeah, one out now, down to just 4 big blinds.
Yeah, we just hit the 1 hour mark, Aaron, in this PokerAtlas kickoff event final table. And we're already down to our final 3 players. Boy, it seems like there's already a winner. We don't know how this is going to end, but man, Scott is just on an absolute sun run, says Mr. Richard DeLay. JD joining us, as well as Jedi Master Ted. What's going on, folks? Just tuning in. It has been the Scott Show.
Fold. Fold.
And one out here is going to live to see one more hand. So here we go. He's going to need to either wake up with something he can get it in with or post an ante, which is going to be 1/3 of his stack. So probably going to see an all in here from one out.
Did you flop down everything?
Right here. I got lucky though.
But no, 7-3 offsuit is not good enough. He's going to let it go.
Call.
And he will indeed have to post that ante in addition to the big blind on the next hand.
Check. Heads up.
Jason Jones joining us in the chat. Hey, what's up, man?
Howdy,
Welcome in,
Jason.
and thank you.
Thank you much.
Oh, the 7-3 would have gotten there. Can you believe that?
Gross.
Check. Check.
Okay, check, flop. Queen high still best. But Scott going to go ahead and take a stab, picking up the gut shot. And that will be good enough to take the pot. Yeah, Brian really should not be playing any hands here against the chip leader. Just needs to wait for one time to get eliminated. Or one out, rather. One out, one time.
1 out, 1 time. That might have been his 1 time right there, but who knows? Scott could have hit a straight on the river there, the way he's been running.
That's the truth.
Look at that stack of chips. Gotta feel good.
Queen 8 here for Brian. Easy jam.
Raise. All in.
And one out. Gonna be in there with the best of it, a dominating hand. He's in a great spot.
Yeah,
Two more
definitely
than
in a great
double.
spot.
Wait, hold on. You got me now.
Stand-up equity. Both players going for it.
Sit down, sit down. What do you mean?
Brian wants to deliver the knockout blow.
You can't go home.
Gonna need some clubs. An 8.
All right, Glenn.
Good luck. Ready to
One out at risk here. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Backdoor hearts. Some other outs here. Oh goodness.
That's gonna do it too.
Oh. What a hand there. Speaking of 1 time, he'll take it.
Yeah, the old 3-pair no good.
It wasn't that much.
As the counterfeiting ace comes on the turn. Incredible spot there for one out, who is still alive, but working with a nub still. 6 big blinds.
tempting. That's why I was like, hell yeah. What? Right here, right?
Oh, yeah, Bill. Thank you.
And that's like heartbreaking for Brian, right? It's
Absolutely.
I mean, all he needs is for his opponent to go out. He's still got a huge hill to climb to try to take the chip lead away from this man Scott across the way. But the first thing is first. He's going to need one out to exit the arena. But so far, that is not happening.
Yeah, one out, rips it there with the king high and shows the 5 of diamonds after Scott says, yeah, I can't call you. I've got 3 deuce of diamonds here.
3 high, any good?
Yeah, a little bit of run good out of nowhere for 1 out.
1 out, 1 time, baby.
You're in the 7 now. You're all right. That one.
No.
Yep. We activated
Now
it.
he is on the button.
Yep.
He's going to look down at the computer hand here. Queen 7.
Fold. Raise to 375.
Yeah, I think you can definitely be raising with all sorts of stuff, but you may as well just go all in. Like, Brian literally can't call you with anything other than the super premiums, given how short 1 time is.
Fold.
Yeah, Scott using that big stack poker over there.
Yeah, actually gets a little bit more out of it by raising, getting the call, and then pushing him out on the flop. So, nicely done.
11 million now for Scott.
That's pretty good.
Either
Having like 80 big
Out of
blinds.
14 million that were in play in this tournament, he's got 11 million of them.
Oh man, what a good feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 150. Fold. Yep, 75 one, for the small.
Brian's got that suited 1 gapper we all love playing in cash games.
Raise, all in.
All in, and yeah, it's going to get the call. What's he running to? How about aces?
Oh!
Oh,
1
my
out,
God.
1 time. Let's go. This man is on fire. Can he hold though?
Goodness gracious. Talk about running into it. Brian is going to completely flip spots with 1 out unless he can crack these aces.
Oh my God,
Oh,
that
what a
is
start.
one hell of a flop. Picks up a little bit of
Additional.
equity.
Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Wow. Now that's sweaty if you got the aces there, but 1 out, 1 time. He's now up to 2.25 million, and it's Brian who is on 4.5 big blinds. My goodness, what a show.
What a show. What a sweaty flop, sweaty turn.
Bro, I should have been, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I should have been telling like.
1 out was over there saying, oh, no, 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 no.
Dude, he thinks he
dodged
should have been, toast a while ago. He's in line to not get 3rd place anymore. And, I mean, he could have gone out at any moment, right? I mean,
Look at
going
that
all the way
page
back
up.
to 9th place here.
Yeah, I mean, had absolute crumbs a second ago. Looked like he was going to get, just outflopped and just smacked out of this tournament. It was Queen 8 versus Queen Jack, but board pairs aces, and here he is with 2.25 million. Hanging around.
Yeah, Brian here now with the Queen Deuce. Suited variety, he's all in.
And 1 out's got to try to put in the KO, I would think, here. 675, got an ace.
675.
Yeah, I mean, I almost think he should just be all in. Uh-oh. Well, not after that.
Fold, 675.
Interesting body language.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there,
Yeah.
but he does have the best hand.
Yeah, I thought with the flat there, Scott might even call and try to get the knockout here, but it's going to be heads up again between these two. Brian at risk.
Top pair for Brian here on the flop and no real draws. Just going to be an ace or an ace only. Doesn't come. So these stacks are going to equalize once again.
675.
Just about 11 big blinds apiece now up against the chip leader on Infinite.
Back in business is Mr. Brian.
Let's go.
Back and forth, back
Well,
and
this is
forth.
like a Rocky Balboa fight where the man is just getting punched in the face over and over and not blocking anything, but somehow still on his feet. It's kind of what it feels like here.
Great spot.
Gotta say, it was fun watching Scott do his thing and dominate, but it's kind of fun seeing a couple of these other guys deliver a couple of punches back and forth, at least a couple of jabs. Give them a fighting chance here.
Still in it. And yeah, 1 out 1 time, man. This dude is, he's loving life. Feels good to be in the tournament still after everything he's been through.
All in. Fold.
Jack 10, 9-5. Get her
Rebel
done there.
Rebel joining us in the chat says, this will be over in 20 minutes. You are probably right because Scott has a lot of chips.
I'll take the under.
Yeah, right.
Seriously. Hand number
I mean,
48.
even if 1 out eliminates Brian and has all of those chips, I mean, it's going to be a 4-to-1 chip advantage for Scott.
Raise.
Oh, my
All
goodness.
in.
And he's going for the double KO right now.
Yeah, he gets to do this with all kinds of junk as well as his best hands. I do think that a hand like this would actually benefit from just a min open. Give your opponent an opportunity to perhaps jam it in there when your hand is this strong, but, you know, he wins nonetheless.
And with
Wow.
a good chunky pay jump like there is, you know, the temptation to just say to hell with it with an 8-6 suited is definitely not really there. Gonna try to find a better spot.
Yeah.
Of course, blind's going up in about 3 minutes.
I mean, we're on like 8.5 bigs each for Brian and 1 out. 1 out is going to launch it in there, and Scott with the Queen 8. Opportunity to get to heads up.
It is
Queen
over
8
$1 million.
Just really doesn't play well
Yeah.
and lets it go. Good fold. I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone with sort of the sun run mentality look down there and be like, oh, I could knock somebody out with Queen 8. You know, I've done worse to people throughout the run that I've been on in this tournament. And stick the chips in. And then before you know it, they've doubled up the short stacks a few times and they just don't even have a real chip lead anymore. So it's a good disciplined fold there.
1 out playing to win this tournament. I like it. Rip City with King Jack.
I'm trying. I'm kicking.
Stealing the blinds from Brian.
Yeah, and very importantly, solidifying himself up above the 10 big blind sort of delineator. And Brian here getting down there. He's now down at about 7.5 bigs. Rebel here nearly out of the tournament, 3 hands in, had Queen Jack flop trips and lost. Yeah,
See him?
sounds like my tournament experience as of late. Sorry, buddy.
All in for Brian with an ace. Can't do it there.
Back and forth continues. Brian still in it. There's 8.5 big blinds. And yeah, it's a fine line to walk as the chip leader in these situations. It's like you can do the raising and applying the pressure, but when someone else goes all in, you really have to be pretty cautious about looking them up to try to get to heads up. Brian here with the King Deuce. He went with it earlier. Queen Deuce. Will he do the same here?
Raise.
second ago, he had the Jack 4 of spades on the button and elected not to. Here's the King Deuce. No all in, but he is going to raise.
Scott here seemingly gonna just make the call. He will. I'm not sure how you could ever conceive of folding for the remaining chips. I guess that is nearly 800,000, so maybe, but top pair versus second pair, we are certainly headed to an all-in.
Check. One check. Bets all in. Call.
All right.
And Brian here, another 80% chance to get the double up. This would put him back into a real contender spot.
Needs
So
to
far,
fade
so good.
a queen or a 9. And does. Nice hand for Brian there. Full double. Little sigh of relief there. Still in this thing.
Yeah, maybe that over under 20 minutes was a bit
Whoopsies.
of a tease.
Thank you.
One out, one time, sitting on 10.5 big blinds. Brian here, not quite up to 20, but
We're
getting
at
close
100,
to it,
200
sniffing
on
the
the
20
blinds.
big
Then
blind
we should
mark.
get third place.
Yeah, as they've now gone up 100 to 200.
9K, make it 9K. What do you think?
One out here advocating for a little
100,
Take it
little
off
juice
first place? Yeah.
for third place.
A little bump.
Sure.
Can we do that?
Yeah, but I don't want to do it.
No, no chop. No
They're
chop.
talking about taking.
I think we need to do that.
No, no chop. Well, I don't know.
I guess the idea would be to take 700 off of first, add it to third.
It's a 9K total.
And just let the two short stacks just go all in back and forth until somebody knocks the other one out.
Calls.
There's still plenty to fight for here. Now that Brian's up over
Option check.
2 million.
Heads up.
Oh,
Right.
huge implications here between third and first
Yeah,
as well.
huge.
Let's just look at these numbers real quick. My goodness.
300s of that.
All right, Scott here with a whole lot of nothing. Gonna bet this flop. Top pair, no kicker for Brian.
Raise.
Oh. Okay.
Fold.
3.2 plus in that pot. So Brian now a formidable force.
Did we agree to that?
I mean, yeah,
Do the 9 grand?
just 9 grand to third. Take it off the first.
Is this something?
We gotta split it, right?
Is this something y'all are agreeing to?
Yeah. I am. I mean, it's up to you. Should we move something? We just moved on.
He's like, wait a minute, why are you just taking it from my spot? I'm first.
I'm just saying we can give it a little
This is interesting, Aaron. What do you think about
I don't really have a strong.
the two shorter stacks asking to take something off of the big stack?
No deals. No deals. Game on.
Yeah.
Let's go. Game on.
Clint
they're
says
just
game on.
Yeah.
That's the new nickname. Game on, Glenn.
That's right. I mean, if I have all the chips, or if a game theory actor has nearly all the chips, like for them to consent to anything, for them to make any sort of deal, they need to get something out of it. Adding money to third place does virtually nothing for him. Like if he gets eliminated in third place, like things have gone horribly, horribly wrong, and him getting 9,000 instead of 8,300 is like the least of his worries. So, yeah, he would be like, in my mind, he's like, if you want to add $700 to third place, you need to guarantee me, 13,000
So
or
he
whatever
opened-
it is. Like pick a number.
He opened for 600K here. And then one out jam for just a little over 700 more. So Scott is going to make the call with the 86 suited and put one out at risk. no deals were made, so those payouts still stand.
Ace 10 of clubs, you like that? Ace 10 of clubs
Yeah,
on the flop?
pretty juicy spot here for 1 out, but he is still fading a decent chunk of equity. There's an 8 on the turn. It's a straight draw
it's a heart.
pair outs.
Oh, it's another 8. He had hearts, he had straight outs, pair outs, he had it all. Too many outs, Aaron.
Way too many outs. Scott here just completely obliterates, and yeah, you can't be the button twice in a row.
Well, great job for 1 out. He made that last little bit very entertaining. Got to see some big smiles on his face as he was fighting for his tournament life at several spots there. Very impressive 1 out. We hope to see you again, my friend.
Yeah, great run, and going to be taking home $8,310. Fantastic showing for a $250 buy-in. Really well done. And well played. Got it in ahead there. You managed to just grind it out and get it in good, but Scott is a wrecking ball.
Way North Drones joining us from Canada, saying hit the like button, people. Thank you much there.
Small on the button, please.
Normally we can see how many people are tuned in, but don't have that little thing showing. We're usually streaming on Twitch and Kick and X. Not sure where we're streaming this one from tonight, but for sure on the almighty YouTubes. So thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button and subscribe. We're going to be streaming 2 more final tables in this Poker Atlas Tour. Our Dallas Duel and, of course, our main event.
Heck yeah. So starting heads up here, Scott with the overwhelming chip advantage. It's not quite 4-1 advantage, but it is pretty strong. Rebel here, last year you were in a tournament down to heads up without the chip lead and asked if you wanted to chop for smaller than second. That's amazing. It's absolutely incredible how little people understand about like what should be happening in these spots. I also had a scenario, this was years ago, but I was the chip leader going into heads up. I had like 2-1 chip advantage, and the guy wanted to do exactly what you've just described, where he wanted us to play for more than first place. And I was like, you know that doesn't benefit you, right? Like, not only did I think I was a better player, but it was absolutely going to hurt him. Like, he would have been guaranteed less money.
400.
I mean, it was pretty incredible, but we, I reminded him of the fact, and we did the correct thing. But yeah, it is pretty amazing what people will try to go for.
Brian tried to give a little resistance there to the lead out from Scott with just a 10 high on a queen 5-6 flop. No hearts. He had 2 hearts. Not sure why he put in a call. I think he just wanted to maybe try to set something up. Getting sick of picked on by the big stack there, but moving on to the next hand here. He still has 10 big blinds.
Hey, it's 500 total.
I know.
He's splashing.
For a quarter of our stack with 5 high. Well, Scott bricks this about as hard as you can, so Brian here with an opportunity to take this one away.
Yes. 5 high like a boss, Aaron.
He's over betting, though. I mean, you get called by every hand that beats you, that's for sure. But
just not that one. Well done.
Okay,
though.
you're right. You're right. You get called by every hand that's connected with the board, is what I meant to say. But yeah,
Just wanted to see a little kasoof out of our man Brian there. You know, a little 5 high like a boss. You may still have
Yeah, what's your name?
6 to 1 chip lead on me, but yeah,
Get the big line in.
we're gonna show you the 5 high like a MF boss.
not like that. You gotta give him that one.
Calls.
You've been practicing that one in the mirror.
Just in the headset. You know.
Yeah.
Raise, all on.
All right, A6, good enough to rip it. We see a little momentum here
Big line.
for Big Bad Brian. Says, I will not be pushed around. Well, this has been a fun, action-packed hour and 24 minutes. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in for this. Tournament lasted into the wee hours of the night, just the other night when we kicked off the Poker Atlas Tour. Of course, the table says August 18th. This one was held on the 19th. I got it all recorded, and Aaron and I have come in today to do the commentary, so thank y'all for joining us and for not spoiling anything, because this has been fun.
Scott here is all in with the ace-4 on the button and a snap call.
See
in the
what
big
we're working
blind.
with. Hand number
Pocket
61.
eights.
Pocket eights for Brian.
All right, big spot here, 30%. Basically for Scott to take this one away. And there it is on the
Oh.
flop.
Got the ace of hearts as well.
One time.
Calling
One
for the
time
one
for
time.
Brian.
One time for Brian. Not gonna do it, and Scott seals the deal.
Man. I mean, it was the night of Scott all the way from basically the second elimination all the way till now. I mean, it was just an unstoppable force.
Seriously.
The stack of Scott just continued to grow. And yeah, I mean, of course he wasn't going to make a deal. He was destined to win this tournament, and he did for the full $18,510. Congratulations, Scott.
Absolutely. And you heard him say it, off just one bullet. So Scott just turned $250 into $18,510. Great job, Scott. Of course, great job to our runner-up, Brian. We had his name butchered on the screen at the start of the night, so forgive us for that. But, man, what a tournament. Aaron, that was a fun one.
It really was. I mean, that was just back and forth. I mean, people landing haymakers left and right. I mean,
Big
plenty
ones.
of short stacks that did just kind of have to eventually get their chips in, but we had a lot of chips moving around and a pretty fun dynamic as far as not just like everyone getting run over by the chip leader from, start to finish, but yeah, that was definitely the Scott show tonight. Just another huge congratulations to Scott for taking home $18,510 for winning the $250 buy-in kickoff event. Tons more events, though, are going on here for the rest of the next 2 weeks. So this is just getting started. A lot more big tournament wins yet to be had, and 2 more final tables going to be live streamed here on TCH Live.
Absolutely. Scott was the silverback gorilla, and he had about 100 men trying to take him out, but he would not be defeated. So there you go. Silverback gorilla takes down the big one here on our Poker Atlas Tour kickoff event. For Aaron McAvoy, I am Eric Van Loozen. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you on our next stream. Check out the calendar. We were going to be streaming the Dallas Duel, and of course we will stream the final table for the main event. Hope to see you guys on the final table.
That's right. We'll see you guys here soon. Take care, everybody. Run hot, and